headed to one of my favorite places to visit. What I like about this place is the change of climate. We actually go up into the mountains where the temperature can change up to like 15 to 20 degrees. Sometimes it rains up there because the clouds are, you look upstairs, look up above, the clouds are like gray. So when it hits the mountains, it's actually like sprinkles and it looks like fog and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. Another Hawaii exclusive that I'm giving you. And before it's all said and done, I'll give you everything that you need to know if you want to experience in Hawaii. And, I'm grateful to call this my home for the last 7 years. Yeah, I'm doing this in traffic. Not that bad, but traffic enough. We're actually going into the mountains. Very awesome. One thing about this YouTube game is you gotta have storage space for all this doggone video that I'm collecting. Windows down, you can actually feel the temperature changing as we go higher and higher. Maybe even raining up there once we get up there. It's okay, I brought an umbrella. Look at that, top of the mountains. The cloud is touching the mountain up there. That's why it's so green. I love the contrasting colors up there. Dark green, light green, it's beautiful. Even the air smells fresher up here. Look at that. I would love to go hiking up there one day. I laugh to myself because I know I'm not in a condition to, aerobic wise, for the endurance you need to have. I'm working on it. Pali Lookout. So that's it. Yeah, guess what we about to check out? Come on, take a guess. Like I'm talking to myself. Too easy. I'll give you the answers to the test. We're going to Pali Lookout. Okay, pretty cool. I get it one without the sun. Pali Lookout. The Nuna Pali Lookout. love the trees here in Hawaii. They are very, very unique. Look at that. Wow. So this is the entrance to the lookout. Now, back in like the 1900s, they used to have these natives, basically Europeans, to come over, and they used to do trade, and they used to hire or acquire the natives, and because they knew the area and stuff like that. And previously they tried to do it by themselves and actually died. So they used to use the natives for I guess basically to show them the route and the correct way to do certain things, because the weather can change so fast up here. Where is the actual history of that? So I'll let y'all look around a little bit. Sun is out. Look at that. It's beautiful. Take your time. Take your time. It's actually kind of windy up here. I'll tell you guys about the temperature change and everything. So this is Pali Lookout, and I'm gonna do a 360. You will not believe what I see right now. Stand by. Now this is the backup. Just, landscape. Take my time. So you can actually see what I see. Again, the landscape here is beautiful. Over here to the edge. Actually, probably was a 180, huh? Yeah. Let's see what we got up here. Oh, wow. Look at this. The Battle of Nuna. Uniting the islands. Look at the graphics on this. I'm gonna say Hawaiians are real warriors, man. Says in the late 1700s, Camilla from the island of Hawaii sought to unite all the Hawaiian islands under one rule. The Battle of Orona began it with the arrival of his forces at Waikiki in 1795. Ona had been defeated by Maui forces a decade earlier, and Maui's chief, Kalakapule, now led a force on Iowa. After many hard-fought battles, he was driven by Nua Valley to this location. Both sides fought with Hawaiian spears and Western firearms, but Kamala cannon gave him the winning edge. I tell you, fire, man. The battle called Kulana leaping off the and a fish refers to the men forced off the cliff during the conflict. An estimated 400 warriors died in the battle, with Kamala's victory and honor. The signing of an agreement with the chiefs of Kumula. He became the first king of Hawaiian Islands. Wow, that's pretty cool. A lot of good history here. Look at that. Okay, this is the Pali Road from Trail to Highway. I'm going to actually read it to you, okay? It says in the early 1800s, you had two choices if you wanted to travel between Honolulu and Windward, Ohio. You could take a canoe trip around the southern end of the island, over the steep cliffs of Hawaiian Mountains. The Pali Cliffs Trail was the quickest trail. The Pali Cliffs was the quickest and most direct route, but it was very steep and slippery. Hawaiians traveled the trail with ease, but foreigners had a very different experience. The pass was almost too fearful to be enjoyed. I suffered from apprehension lest I should fall from the rocky steep. I took off my shoes, and by stepping my feet in the crevice of the rocks, I worked myself along, assisted by a native who saw nothing to wonder at but awkwardness and fear on passing this grand highway. Reverend Reuben Tinker in 1831. It said foot trails. The foot trails was well traveled by people carrying contains of poi bundles or trio, sweet potatoes, pigs, chickens, or goats to sell to Honolulu. The horse trails, 1845. The crowded, dangerous path was paved with stones and widened to 6 feet. Travel to Honolulu on horse or mule took about 3 hours. It says horse and buggy. A strong wind struck travelers at every turn, and for safety, a wooden railing was added. The road was crowded with horses and mules pulling wagons of sugar, bananas, rice, and fish to markets in Honolulu. The carriage road handled the transition to the city, transition to car with little change until the 1950s. The construction of 4-lane highway we travel today included evacuating to the tunnels. The highway was completed in 1957. We'll actually go in here. This is the buggies back in the day. A lot has transpired by then. This is horses, buggy back in the day. Over here, got the horse trail, foot trails, and then actually it looks like 3 native guys right there. Alright, let me go. Carriage road. In 1997, a new carriage road was built below the existing trail. Portions of the cliff were blasted to create 20-foot wide road supported by stone walls. The road went around the mountain. It's pretty cool. Yeah. We'll go down in each one of them. Pali from trail to highway. Verbiage. Here. You can always pause it. So, foot trails, horse trails, carriage road, down the horse and buggy, and then here's a deeper look into the mountains. I love the character of the mountains, all the lines in between. Over millions of years, I tell you. when it's real windy up here, ladies with long hair, your hair would actually just fly in the wind. It's kind of awesome to see. Got an area called the Windward City, or Windward area, where wind blows fiercely like every other day. It's pretty awesome. Almost man around. The clouds literally touches the top of the mountain over there. So that was the Pali lookout. So when you're in Hawaii, you get some history in, this is the place to be.